In 3, 2, 1. We're live and we're on.
Can you guys hear us? Sue? Perfect.
Good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing today? All right, awesome. For those of you who don't know me, my name is John. I'm the team leader here at Keller Williams Energy, and I'm a big energy guy. Tyler, you know that, right? Big energy guy. So, how are you guys doing today? Here we go. We got some energy going on here. Well, today, thank you guys for coming. I have an amazing presentation. Not me. Someone has an amazing presentation here. I've been calling them the dynamic duo. We got Michael McDougall and Bobbi. He told me to say that, the dynamic duo. It's fine though. And today's presentation is going to be about finishing 2025 strong and beginning 2026 unstoppable. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Michael and Bobbi. Oh. And before I forget, for those of you who are online watching, please comment any questions as we go along, and someone will be monitoring the chat, and they'll be able to answer your questions. All right, peace. Wait.
Thank you. I just want to say, guys, like, good for you guys for showing up today. It is December 11th. We still got, what, 2 weeks before Christmas? 2 weeks before Christmas. And you guys are here where a lot of the competition is sort of already, like, called it in. Right? I've been talking to a lot of agents lately, and they're sort of just, you know, hiding behind the Christmas holidays coming up and all that stuff. So I think it's awesome to have this many people all together on the 7th. So you guys should be super proud. Just honestly show up.
Yeah. And, you know, before we dive in today, Michael and I always like to start our team meetings or our winning circles with just sharing a moment of gratitude or just a win in either your business or your personal life. I find it just takes like one person to share a win or a piece of gratitude to just ignite, you know, a train of events, right? And so where are you guys winning in life and in business right now?
I'm gonna go first, and it's not so much a win, it's sort of something just fun just happened. So like my hair went blonde yesterday. I dyed blonde. My mom comes into my office today, and she gave me like the first look. Like just like almost like, oh my gosh.
Did?
Yeah, you were there.
I was there.
And I was like, oh my gosh, Mom, thanks. Like, you know, you clearly don't like it. She's like, no, I don't. I was like, okay, whatever. I said, you know, you can leave now. And she just texted me, and this is through my office. So funny. Hey, hon, sorry for the entrance, but now that I think about it, it does look cute. Really, I like it. And I love it that you love it. All smiles. Anyways, that's my win. My mom still loves me. That's my win. But how are you guys winning right now? Like, it can be big or small.
Yeah.
Like my win this morning is just still getting up, going to, you know, my routine in the gym early. I meet Aline there. He's my accountability partner. Amanda.
I'm in here today.
You're in here today. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, even though we're
100%. What else, guys? Who else is winning? There's a lot of people here. Yeah, Rocky.
This is my first year that I will be going to New Year 100%. I lost my kidneys 4 years. My kidneys, I got on dialysis for 4 years. I was died 3 times. And I got transplanted this year. And I have recovered. And I'm here today to make sure my future starting insurance came.
That's awesome.
One person to create momentum.
Yeah,
So who else do we got?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Lindsay, what about you, man? You always have wins going on.
I guess my win is, and just given the conversation you and I just had, is the training as you move into December, as we both said, it's becoming more challenging to keep the training schedule up.
Yeah.
For some reason, my coach has ramped it up.
Yeah.
So my training's been just awesome.
Love it, man. That's awesome. Kimberly?
It's kind of crazy, but I increased my DCI by 85.
That's cute. And I will just say, it's not bragging. When you are in the right room, it's never a brag. So congrats to you.
That's amazing, especially in this tough year too.
Yeah.
Does anyone else want to share anything before we go? Yep.
Or just really quick, it's a small one. Last quarter, there's been a workshop in this, and it's easy for all the projects that we had going on last
I'm able to take some small things that would take away. I got 120 Christmas cards handwritten, Thanksgiving garage. Jen put out and amazing feedback. Next week.
That's awesome, man. I think it's super important, man, to just like stack bigger small wins every day. Every morning I wake up and I've already decided I'm gonna win this day before it even starts. That's just like where I'm on my mindset to be. Right? This is obviously a very tough business. The market's been the market, but it starts like with what is in between your ears every single morning. I find in real estate, a lot of realtors, and I agree, but they operate out of scarcity, right? The entire career of a realtor, the average realtor, is like the Canadian mine buster, right? At Wonderland. It's just like up and down. They do some prospecting, they get busy, they're riding high, and then they stop doing what they're supposed to, and they fail, right? And I find when you operate out of abundance, gratitude, alignment, people buy three things, right? People buy people buy momentum, and people buy
Stories.
there you go.
Mhm.
And people can feel that energy, man, when you're operating out of like gratitude, abundance, just being in alignment, right? Like that is momentum. Like I can tell there's people here where I see them online or I see them in person, and I know, like someone like Lindsay, who I talk with a lot, he's always in a positive mood, right? Because he's always looking after himself, and like that is just huge momentum, right? So I think we gotta get rid of like that grind and hustle culture and like that working out of scarcity, like just trying to do more deals just to pay for shit. Right? And then like, okay, I did enough deals and now I'm good now. And then it's back to like, okay, now I gotta grind and hustle again. Right? I think there's a more consistent way of doing it. And it starts with, for us at least in our team, it starts with our energy and it starts with the way that we operate every single day. And I want you guys to write that down for 2026, that people buy people buy momentum, and people buy stories. I do not buy anything from somebody I don't like or believe in or want to support. Whether that's a car, getting my hair done, I don't know, anyone you work with on a consistent basis, the girl that cleans your teeth, if you like her, you believe in her, you support her.
For sure. And I think what's important about it is that I know that she loves her job, right? So, and I think it's important for you guys, you know, even in slower markets where, you know, things can be a little bit challenging, it's easy to, you know, bring that energy to the table too. And if people can pick up on that and feel that, and if they feel like you don't love your job, they're not going to want to work with you. People naturally want to work with winners, people that show up every day.
Yeah, when we say winners, it's not a bragging thing about like someone who sells the most or makes the most. It's like they're like winning in their life, right? Like they're winning their day, right? They're I don't care about being number one, right? It has nothing to do with that. I'm not doing what I'm doing to be number one. Like, that's not winning to me. Winning to me is like loving what I do, waking up excited for what I do. And I find when you put that energy out there, like people recognize that and they want to like, those type of people will just naturally flock to you, right?
Show of hands, would you guys agree that most agents in December focus primarily on planning their business for 2026? Agree? And there's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, goal setting is a huge pillar in our businesses to make sure that we're setting a strong foundation for 2026. I've spent some time on it as well. But in addition to that, I feel like when those agents are planning for 2026, they're also just sort of like tossing in the towel too, right? It's December. I've got Christmas parties to go to. It's the holidays, when in reality, there's literally one holiday in December, right? But people have things going on, and I totally get that. But it's really important when you're thinking about your 2026 and planning for 2026 that you don't toss in that towel. And you really have to maybe even dial in and be even more consistent in those last 4 weeks, or 2 weeks now, or 3 weeks now, But the beautiful part about that is because those other agents are maybe stepping away, you have very little competition right now, right? If you really want to dial in and set the tone for 2026, go hard now because your competition is sleeping right now, right? And you have a very unique opportunity to set yourself apart even more and set a very strong foundation to get contracts in place and people that you know are going to want to work with you going into 2026. You're going to be the one that stays top of mind these next 2 to 3 weeks while other agents are maybe sleeping and still planning for 2026. I want you guys to write this down as well. The way you end is the way you start. Okay, the way you end is the way you start. So if you guys want to know what your 2026 is going to look like, just look at the activities that you're doing today. How many calls are you making today? How are you showing up today? Okay. Today will tell you a lot about your confidence levels, your skill set, how you're showing up. And the way you show up today is essentially, it's how you're going to show up in 2026 as well, right? So close the year with intention. Your final choices become the momentum that are going to move you forward right now. So right now, Michael and I are all going to make a choice today with you guys, more so you. We both want to provide an environment for you guys and we're going to allow you to make an aligned choice about how you're going to perform, execute, and just kill 2026, especially within these last 3 weeks. So another thing I want you to write down is simplicity. You can put a circle around it, you can put a heart around it, I don't care what you do. But simplicity exposes everything. More so, the simplicity in your goals are going to expose everything. And Michael will explain that.
Yeah, so going back to just like when you're looking at what you're doing today, that sort of shows your progress, your results. One of my coaches said, like, how's your bank account? Because he's like, you can learn a lot from your bank account. Like, how is your bank account? How strong is it? Because that will show you the result of what you're doing. You got a strong bank account, you got your shit all in a row, you're probably aligned with what you're doing. If it's in the negative, it's not where you want it to be. You got to look at, like, what are you doing every day? And this is where it comes down to, like, we hide behind so much of the work. We hide behind so much of the tasks every day that we should not be doing. Sometimes there are other people that can be doing those, that are passionate about doing those tasks. But sometimes we use the whole, like, I'll start tomorrow way too much. Right? I'll start working out tomorrow, or I'll start, like, cleaning up my database tomorrow. I'll start organizing my CRM tomorrow. And then tomorrow hits. And it's the same thing tomorrow. Right? So I want you guys, when we start writing out some lists here, I want you guys to stop hiding behind the tasks that are not moving your business forward. Like, really, when you think about it, like, what am I good at? That's what you need to be doing. Right? Not, I'm really good at this, and this makes me the money in my business, but I gotta do all of this shit still. Right? When you look at your week and you actually calculate how many hours did you work, it's like, how many hours did you hide behind work that actually didn't move you forward? Okay. Also, I think it's an important question to ask yourself, what are you saying you're all in at, but you're really showing up at like 50%? Right? I mean, so many agents that tell me like this is their business plan and they do not stick to that business plan, or maybe they do 30% of that business plan. So what are you showing up, or what are you saying you're all in at, but showing up at like 50%? And I've been guilty of that many times. I want you guys to write down on a piece of paper or in your phones. We got 2 weeks till Christmas, right? A lot of people think like, oh my gosh, it's December 11th. Like, I don't know, like the year's already over. But like us as a team, I think our goal is it was to book 20 appointments. But we could go, I think there's 10 more or 15 more is our goal. By the 20th?
By the 20th. I forget when you said it, but we had 40.
We're very organized in our office. I think it was 15 more appointments, right? So some people are like, well, the year's already over. It's like there is so many more appointments to be had. It doesn't have to all be appointments this year. A lot of listing appointments are going on right now, like they're listing obviously next year. But like, how awesome is it to walk into 2026 with signed listings, like signed like business you know. It makes you feel really good when you can like take the holidays off and you already have all of this business lined up, right? So I want you guys to have a goal in your head, and I want you to write down everything that could happen in the next 2 weeks that would be amazing to you. Like, that lights you up, gives you energy. It doesn't all have to be about money, by the way. Personal, business. Just like keep writing things down. In the next 2 weeks, if this could happen, this would be amazing. Like, these would be my goals. I'll give you 60 seconds just to keep writing a list. And I also want you to like tap into your like subconscious mind, because a lot of times we just like use our conscious mind as judges and sort of like said like, oh, this is too big for me. Like I'm not that important, or I'm not doing that much business. I can't have that. Right? Like I want you to tap into like, hey, I want to live a big friggin' life, and these are my goals in the next 2 weeks. It could be health, it could be
Yeah, it
like
could be health, it could be.
bills paid off, it could be extra money in the bank, it could be a vacation booked for next year, it could be, I don't know what else.
5 homes under contract.
5 homes under contract, yeah. And then maybe another sale, 1 or 2 more sales. No limits, but like it has to have meaning behind it, right? Because I really don't believe you're going to hit any goals if they don't have actually true meaning behind them. Can anyone share some of the goals they have? Come on, no one has goals here? All right, we're fucking done. Okay.
Good.
So,
Updating my CRM.
we understand.
Perfect. Yeah,
Okay.
that's fantastic.
Anybody else have a goal? Yeah.
I put 2 down. So one was creating my VIP list instead of just having past clients, who made VIPs from those past clients.
Okay.
And the second one was to book my 30th anniversary trip to Italy.
Perfect.
Okay, love
Love
it.
that for you.
That's awesome.
Gotcha.
CRM
Yeah.
and make real time for it. It's not.
Yeah, be present.
I'm here.
Yeah,
Like,
but being
Yeah.
present.
doing something. Yeah.
Totally get that. Been there.
Anybody
Who
else?
else has some goals they want to share? Yeah, Lindsay.
In 2022, I did 6,150 kilometers.
Okay.
I'm 50 kilometers short of that right now. So
It's 2 weeks.
my goal has been to beat my highest volume year.
And you will do that. Yeah.
Do that tomorrow.
Good for you, man. Anyone else have any goals? What about any examples? Is there any like sales? Like anyone want to do another sale? By Amanda?
Mine is basically to have all my only cards.
Okay.
And all the birthday cards written out, you know, willing with stamps on them. Broken down, so that way, I already know when.
Love it.
Love that. Awesome.
There's other things too. Like there's like, I mean, there's so much you can do in business, right? But it's like, go back to that list, guys. Circle like 1 or 3 things that are like maybe the most important ones, right? Because that is what we're going to tackle today. I'm going to show you guys how you can do that in the next 2 weeks. But I mean, if I'm in business right now too, this time of year, because it can be like, you know, it's not as crazy. Is what an awesome time to go back and like go through like your referral chain. So like, and for example, it's like start calling people that didn't know they referred your business through other people they referred you. So if Stacy referred me Todd referred me David, like you call Stacy and say, hey Stacy, I just want to let you know, like you referred me Todd last year, and it was so amazing working with him, and he's actually started referring me business. So I just want to say thanks so much, because like you actually started all that. And I love working with people like you. And like, this is just happening now because you support me. Like, does anyone here do that? Like I'm just trying to think like that is something in the month of December when you're contacting your database, like go through like the referral chain. Right? And just like, because like to me, it's like that person supports you. I've got 5 events now from them. Like that person should know how much they're supporting you. And it doesn't, I'm not talking about it has to be a gift or anything. People just love the phone call and recognition. Right? But circle 1 or 3 of those things that are really important that you're just like, man, this would be unbelievable if I could hammer these things out by end of year. You want to go?
Question?
I have a goal I can share.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do 3K in 12 minutes. So in the next 2 weeks, I'm expecting to achieve that.
Okay.
I'm going to run 10K this amount of time.
Yeah.
3K is like a small increment step.
Love it, man.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Cool, good stuff.
Okay, we'll get back to those goals, guys, in a second that you're circling. I'm gonna show you guys how we're gonna actually hit those two.
Okay. You're done?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so right now, the one thing that is totally out of our control right now is how much more money you're probably gonna make this year, right? Like all of our closings are pretty much already decided for us. So like your end of year GCI is pretty much set right now unless you have more closings coming in. But the one thing that we do have control over is how many appointments that we can get into contract now going into 2026. And there'll be an exercise that we work on later in this talk here. So I do want you to think about that number, okay? We've got 2 weeks left. Maybe if you're gonna go hard, you're gonna go right through to Christmas and you've got 3 weeks. But I do want you guys to think about the number of homes that you wanna put into contract from now until the end of the year, the next 2 weeks. The only rule is that it can't be zero, okay? It has to be something. And I want you to make that number that is, it's realistic, okay? But it might be a bit of a stretch. It's totally doable, but it might even be a bit scary. And maybe that number is like, a holy shit, I've got some stuff to change in my life if I'm gonna reach this goal, okay? So take a couple minutes to think of, well, a couple seconds, you don't need a couple minutes to think about the number that you wanna put into contract. Because when we treat momentum as a choice, we kind of, that's when we stop waiting for the market to change, right? So does anybody have that number that they want to share, that they want to put into contracts?
So I'm gonna just throw a number out. Amanda, throw a number out. I'm
We're
picking
picking
on you.
on you.
I'm picking on you.
She literally just said someone else.
I know. Amanda, say something. Okay, fine.
Perfect, love that. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe
3?
Three?
Okay,
Okay.
yeah. 2?
2.
Super. Okay. Okay. So if you guys have all written down that number, what is the one metric that you think we all need to meet to make sure that we hit that goal? I'll tell you what it's not. It's not how many calls you've made. It's not how many doors you've knocked or how many open houses you've done. It's not even how many appointments you've set. What is the number one metric that you need to track to make sure that you hit that goal of the amount of contracts you want to put under? What was that? Yeah, appointments met. Exactly. Okay. So I'll give you a little like breakdown here just so you can understand how many appointments you need to make. But like a brand new agent, like right out the gate, probably needs to set somewhere between 5 and 7 appointments to get paid once. Okay. If you've got a couple deals under your belt, you know, you're mid-season, maybe you've been in the business for a year and a half, you're probably somewhere between like 3 and 5 appointments that you need to make to get paid once. And if you're a top producer, you've got a high ass authority score, you're probably somewhere between 2 and 3 appointments to get paid once, okay? And maybe you're super dialed in with your conversion as well, and you know exactly what that number is. Maybe you're 1 for 1, good for you. Maybe you're 2 appointments to 1. But what I want you to do now is take that number that you think, how many appointments that you need to set, and I want you to times that by the homes that you want to put into contract. And then when you have that number, I want you to divide that. We're just going to say 2. We're just going to say that there's 2 weeks left in the year. Whatever that number is the exact amount of appointments that you need to set every single week now for the end of the year for you to be able to hopefully get those homes into contract. Does anyone want to share what their numbers are? How many appointments do they need to make every single week now? Now you know, going into next week, how many appointments you need to set. Perfect. So write that down in.
This is what's really helpful, guys, when you know your numbers too. Like when you know your conversion rate, which everyone in here should track that, because it's something to improve on too, right? It's not just knowing it, you know there's room for improvement. But then you can actually, you can sort of come up with like, I know how much I'm going to make next year, right? If this is what I want to do.
This number is probably like the most critical number that you guys are going to want to focus on every single week. And now, you know, we're just talking about the last 2 weeks of the year, But now when you're setting your goals, if you already know how many deals you want to do in 2026, now just complete that same math. And now you know for the entirety of 2026, how many appointments you need to set every single week. And I can guarantee you, if you set those appointments, you will hit your goals. Yeah, so you are just, so simple math, I guess, if you want to set 10 appointments at the end of the year, and you know that you need to go on 3 appointments, right, to get the one, you're gonna times those numbers, so 30, and then you're gonna divide that by the amount of weeks that's left. So in this case, 2 weeks. So you will have to make 15 appointments every single week to make those deals, okay? And then, again, if you're doing it for 2026, you're gonna times that by 52 weeks in the year to figure out how many appointments that you need to set every single week.
Okay, so I want to go back to like those goals you guys wrote down, things that would just be amazing to accomplish in the next 2 weeks, okay? If you took yourself out of this, okay, and it wasn't about you, and it's about somebody that you really care about in the business, okay? Someone you really want to see succeed, okay? So, for example, I care about Amanda. I want her to hit her goal, okay? She comes to me and says, I want to sell 5 more homes or at least sign 5 more properties in the next 2 weeks, okay? Or whatever, sell 2, it doesn't matter what the goal is, okay? I want you to draw a line down the middle of the paper. I want you to put 100% failure on the left side and 100% success on the right side. You can just make the list on your phone too if you don't have paper. And I want you on the left side, so underneath 100% failure, I want you to list everything you would say to the person you care about. Okay? Everything that they should not do, because that would create failure. Okay, so if someone said, hey, Bobbi, I want to sell, 3 more homes in 2 weeks, she would tell me, this is what you should not do.
That could be having a messy CRM.
It could be just not showing up, right? It could be sleeping in. It could be
Not doing your follow-up.
not doing your follow-up. It could be, I'm just trying to think here. Unorganized database. No open houses. No follow-up on open houses. No follow-up on your client. It could be whatever, right? Whatever.
What would guarantee failure for this person?
Could be not doing any social media strategy marketing. There's so many things. Just keep writing. Not returning calls, right? Which so many realtors do. They don't return calls. I get so much business from realtors that do not return calls. It's insane. Which is crazy. That's like the easiest thing. Okay, you guys want to share a few that you've written down? Did anyone write anything down? So you're telling somebody that you care about, hey, do not do this for the next 2 weeks because this will not make you hit your goal. Does anybody have any? Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not going to the office.
Not coming to the office. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, my biggest is sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah. Don't procrastinate. Right?
Distractions.
Yeah.
Right?
I want you guys to, Amanda, go ahead. You actually want to talk. You're putting your hand up. Go.
Exactly.
What about it?
Like you're touching.
Yeah.
We're not being organized in it, right?
Yeah.
Things are missing. It's messy in there.
Okay, I want you guys to circle 1 to 3 of these things that actually sting a bit because you fucking do them. Okay, like ones that you actually are like, oh my God, that is me. And I do this exercise and I'm like, yep, I'm dropping the ball here. Okay, like why are we doing those things? You just wrote it down in front of you that you will fail if you do these things. Right? Somewhere along the line, we decide to torture ourselves and do things that don't work. Right? Like Bobbi said, distractions, coming to the office and being distracted for like an hour and being like, I have not done a thing today. right? You go home at the end of the day, like, did I even like do what I said I was going to do? My goal was this on Friday, and like it's Thursday. I still have not done that. What are you laughing at? I love your honesty.
Yeah.
But you're like, we're all guilty of it, right? Yeah. So let's stop doing that, right? Let's stop doing the things that we know this is going to make us fail in 2026. Go ahead.
So, the population of, let's say, the goal is set out, right? And then you're looking at this failure, that you ask the question, why are we looking for the thing on this list? But I think sometimes we're used to what we've done in the past, and the number of these is unrealistic, and we see it with our mind, but we're not doing it with our heart. And so there's a self-sabotage.
Yeah.
that happens.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it, but like I'm looking at things, like if I really that I could get that number. And so now, because I didn't really do that, I'm gonna do the things that make that true.
Right.
And that's what it feels like.
Right. So like you gotta work on your mindset.
Yeah.
Right. Like you are playing so small.
Yeah.
And I'm not putting you down all day. Right. Like you gotta get in the room and where people are playing.
And that's where, you know, that, so, you know, the conscious mind comes into play, right? Like our conscious mind wants to always keep us safe, right? It doesn't want us to be out of our comfort zone. It wants us to sort of feel like we're not capable of doing X, Y, Z, but it's a protection thing, right? So we just need to sort of rewire our brain. Like, you are a fucking rock star and you can absolutely do that, right? And again, that's kind of waking up every day and telling yourself, like, I am this person. It's completely changing your identity as well, right? Like when I wake up every morning, like there's a mantra that I tell myself every single day, right? And that's just how I lead my morning and how I lead, you know, even the people around me, right? And that's how I show up for people. So it's just changing that.
How much money do we owe to KW Cares? Because I know we've dropped 2 F-bombs.
Oh,
I wasn't taking care.
Oh, good.
It's about 21. I'm counting.
It was gonna stop doing the things that fail, right? And I know that's easier said than done, but it's a lot like what Bobbi said, right? It's like working and everything else. It's like working on yourself, right? And being super dialed into your goals and having like self-integrity, right? It's like, this is where my dreams are going. This is the life I want to live. This is what I need to do. This list here on the left side is not serving me. And we can all be like drift over that left side sometimes, but like we gotta stay to the right, which we'll go over in a second. Let's go to that right now. Let's go
On
to
the right
that
side, yeah.
So same thing, guys. You're having the same conversation with the person you care about. Take yourself out of it. Hey, Amanda, this is what you need to do. I think your goal is 5, right? To sign 4. Sorry. To sign 4 more clients, buyers, sellers, whatever it is. This is what you need to do in the next 2 weeks. Okay, you're telling someone you care about. This is what you need to do. So write down everything that would be.
that would guarantee their success. If they did this every single day, they're going to hit that goal. And again, now that's like, it's a clean CRM. I'm going in every single day and cleaning that up. I'm following up with my clients. I've got a top 10 list and I follow up with them every week. Let's expand off of that.
I'll give you guys 60 seconds. Just keep writing things that just come to mind.
And it doesn't always have to be about work either, right? It could be like, I protected my mornings. I wake up and I meditate. I read a book. I work out. I take care of myself. I pack a lunch and I eat healthy to make sure that I have energy and I feel good for the day. It doesn't always have to be about just work activities either. You make sure you spend dinner with your family, have time with your kids.
Does anyone want to share anything they've written down? Lindsay, you want to just throw one out? Sorry.
Keep writing too if you just want to.
Okay, so what would be what's a good task to be doing, guys? It's going to equal success. Rocky.
We have routines into it.
Okay.
You have like a daily call goal, stick to that, right?
Daily call goal. So a goal in mind on how many calls I gotta make. It should really be like how many appointments I want to book, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because depending on your conversion rate, you could sit there all day. But yeah, it's good, right?
Have a daily schedule, like what Bobbi said, yeah.
Time block.
Time block,
Yeah.
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 So I can get that in there.
Yeah. Nobody takes the time away from me in the morning. Like that is my time I protect, right? So, because it's not because it's selfish. It's like I am a better person all day because I get that 2 hours at the gym, eating healthy, whether it's reading or whatever that's going to be, whatever you guys are up to. Nobody takes that away from me. I have more energy for the team. I have more energy for clients, for my family, for myself, which is most important. If that is not part of my morning, my day is different because my mind is different. My energy is different. So routines are super important for, I'll just speak for our team because I'm pretty sure almost everyone on our team is in a pretty good routine. And the ones that aren't, you can tell.
I think what's important about having a good routine too, and just sort of taking time for yourself is because when you don't do that, there is a level of resentment that you will have for your job at some point. When you wake up every single morning and your alarm just goes off and now you're just in hustle mode, like I gotta check my emails, I gotta get back to this person, I gotta get into the office, and now it's just like calls, appointments, and then you come home and you're serving your family and taking care of your kids. It's like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this every day? Where's the passion, right? Like the passion is just absolutely gone. And then that's where that resentment comes in. And now that's how people get, depressed. And now they don't like their jobs. And now that's the energy that, that you're bringing to your clients every day, right? And then it's just like a domino effect. And now you're not doing business because your energy sucks because you're not in a good place for yourself, right?
Circle 1 to 3 of those things that you guys wrote down for 100% success. And it's like, that's what you guys got to be doing for 2026. That whole, yeah, Lindsay.
I think an observation.
Yeah.
Back to you climbing the mountain.
Okay.
You had guys there that were there supporting you, right?
Yeah.
They were there to keep you out of the failure mode,
Right,
and into the success mode.
Yeah.
So this is exactly what we're talking about. You had some people that were there totally for your success.
Yeah, totally.
Driving you forward. So
Without them, I won't speak for you, but I think you too.
Yes.
I do not get to the top.
Yeah.
Without them.
So I guess my question would be for people in the group, who is that person?
Yeah. So, and it's in my notes to tell you guys, whoever has sold, can sell 4 homes in 2 weeks, Amanda, if that's your goal or to sign, you go talk to them.
Yeah, who is doing that? Who is consistently selling 4 homes
Yeah.
every single month? You need to talk to that person.
Like, you don't reinvent the wheel. I listened to my guy, Cha-Cha. He got me to the top. He's been there 150 times. I'm going to friggin' listen to that guy, right? I don't know how to get to the top. He does. Somebody as a realtor knows how to sign 4 clients in 2 weeks. You go talk to them, right? And hopefully they're, approachable enough to be like, yeah, this is how you do it, right? But that list, guys, that's what you do in 2026, right? You do the things that are giving you 100% success rate. And when you start drifting over to the failure side, you go back to the right. Acknowledge it. Yep, that's where I was going. This is what I would be telling somebody, right? Like you just wrote out your plan right in front of you. And I didn't write it. You guys wrote it yourself, right? I don't know what everyone has down, but like that is what you're telling yourself. This would give me 100% success. I don't know who has a goal here next year, how many homes he wants. So let's just say 20, right? Someone has 20. That list, that's how you sell 20 homes, right? If someone has a list of 10, 50, 100, 200, that list gets you to that goal.
In addition to the appointments that you also set up for yourself. That you need to make.
Hey, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Like, more of an honest question. I don't know a lot of people might be asking this, but I think a lot of us want to find that realtor that has achieved that already. But in this business, it's very tough because some of the top realtors or whatever, they guard a lot, they don't share a lot, right? They're a cutthroat industry, they don't want to share. And their secrets or success on, because I've run into that many times when I'm trying to look for a coach or a mentor or something to help me. And they might give you the obvious answers, work hard, you got this, that kind of stuff, but regarding a lot of those secrets, how do you find that?
I would say, man, like, again, like, this is coming from my personality. I will pay to get into rooms, right? So it's like, right now, I'm paying to get into rooms where people are selling 700, 800 homes. Not saying that's what I want to do and not saying do that, but like, I pay to be a part of that. And I learn everything from, like, you know, mindset to business. So if you find you're picking up the phone calling agents, hey, this is my goal. I saw you did that last year. I take you out for lunch. And they're like, no, I don't want to share my plan. You either just go on to the next call or you find a program, right? Whatever that looks like, and you pay to get into that. Right? Like, that's just where I'm at now. And I pay a lot of money to get to those rooms because it's full of huge thinkers doing way bigger things than I'm doing, that I want to be doing. Like,
And they don't,
go ahead.
and they don't mind sharing, right? There's a lot of people, when you get into the right rooms with people that are fully confident with their skill level and their production, they don't care to tell you their trade secrets. And for one of two reasons. One, there's enough business for everybody out there, right? Even if I were to tell you everything to do, like, there is still enough business out there for everybody. And two, 9 times out of 10, I could tell you exactly what I do and give you my calendar. There's a good chance you're not even going to do it anyway, right? So I get it that there are.
I'm gonna interrupt you then. So,
Yeah.
so in my opinion, no one can beat Bobbi. Okay, I'm just saying that, but like, Bobbi wins every day. Like, share what you do every morning and every day with them.
I wake up every single morning at 5:30 in the morning. Do my skincare. It's pretty extensive. I make myself a coffee. I read a book for a half an hour, and then I do about 20 minutes of movement, whether that's yoga, whether that's cycling, Pilates, whatever. Then I head upstairs, I get myself ready, I get my kid ready, make myself a lunch, and I'm in the office every single day at 8:30.
Monday to Friday, every
Monday to
single
Friday.
day.
Every day, I'm the first agent in the office, every day.
So if she told somebody, hey, she sold 60 homes this year, she made X amount, this is what I do, on top of getting in at 8:30, this is what she does every day. She can say that to a room full of people like this, and 99% of people won't do it. So, like, I don't care to share everything I do because I know most people won't do it. I'm not worried about someone copying me. It's like, copy me. I don't care. Copy and paste. I just told Amanda, find somebody and copy them, right? Like, hey, how do you sell or sign 4 people in 2 weeks? I want to do that, right? So you either go out there and find the people that don't care to tell you, or you pay to get in those rooms, right? I feel like you can find people. I'm not saying you have to pay. I just feel like where I'm at now, I want to get around a huge community, so I pay to play, right? But like Bobbi just said what she does, and not only does she do that much business, like, she's in the best mindset she's ever been in, where she's sold less before and been miserable. Sorry.
No, he's very true.
Burnt out, miserable, pissed off, unhealthy, feels sick, all that stuff, right? But like, now she protects her morning. So it's like, it's her, it's important. And now she can do all this business, leverage, delegate properly, and have fun doing it.
With those 3 things on your list, 1 or 3 things on your 100% success list, it's great that you guys have written that down and you're aware of it. But I think what's really important is to ask yourself if you're even willing to do it, right? Are you even willing to do the things that are on that list right now?
Like, be real with yourself.
Yeah.
Because most people are not willing to do it. And I'm only saying that because I talk to them all the time, the interview for our team, right? Most people are not willing to do what it takes. So be real. Like, am I willing to do this work? Like, this is because either you got to adjust your goal because you're just one of those people that throws a big number out and then, yeah, I am not willing to do all this work, right? I'm not willing to do these things. Or you are that person that is, I am willing to do whatever it takes. And I am all in. I'm making a full decision. I'm all in this year. But like, go ahead.
No, you go.
You just got to be real with yourself. Like, I can't stand when people lie to themselves.
Yes.
Right? It's just better to be like, yeah, I'm not that person. I'm this person. And then if you want to become this person, then you just got work to do on yourself. Right?
And you know, you should do them, right? Like, we all know that we should do X, Y, Z, right? Like we would all be the wealthiest and healthiest people in the entire world if we just did the things that we know that we should do, right? But that's not really what's important. It's just whether you're actually willing to do it. And if you knew that you could create 100% success by doing those things, like why wouldn't you do that, right? Or wouldn't you wake up every day with like full intention to do X, Y, Z?
It's like comes back to one of those things. It's like acting as if, right? Which I always say, act as if. Like my future self, I need to act like that person now. Lindsay brought up Kilimanjaro. That's a perfect example. Who climbs Kilimanjaro? Who's the person that gets to the top? What do they do 8 months before they go? A year before they go? 3 months before they go? How does that person eat, train, look after themselves? Right? I need to act like that person. That person does not eat McDonald's every day, skip the gym, right? Like that person looks after themselves, makes sure that they are like on target with like hitting their cardio every day, weights. So it's like same thing in business, man. Whatever your goal is, like act like that person. Like I have huge goals next year. I'm already acting like that person. Amanda, I keep going back to you, but your goal of signing 4 people, like what does that person do in the office? How many calls does that person have to make? Right? Like how many people do they have to reach out to in their database to get referrals? Right? You just start acting like that person. Right? That is your best future self. So I try and act like I said, I wake up every morning, I'm gonna win this fucking day before it starts. Because I'm gonna act like my best future self, and that's why I'm gonna hit this goal. That's why we have had the best year ever in one of the shittiest markets I've ever seen. Because we have acted as if the market isn't shit. Right? And like you come into our office, our 4 walls, you would never know it is a tough market because we do not act that way. Where I could go into other offices and it's like negativity right away. It's like, no doubt your business is shit. You are talking like shit. Like that's just the energy you're putting out there. It's like there's no room for that in our office. Right? And this isn't a bragging thing. This is just mindset. Like this is how we act. Yeah.
I think that directly answers Danielle's thoughts and questions, right?
Yeah.
I feel like your best future self
Totally.
right now. So even though maybe on paper that goal is something and it seems unrealistic, it might be.
Yeah.
But if you're acting like the person needs to act to reach those goals and you don't, but it's still an improvement on your business, that's still growth.
Yeah.
That's still momentum in the right
Totally.
direction. Yeah. I'm not saying you just throw your hands up and
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
goals.
Yeah.
What if your goal was 10, but you reached 8, and otherwise you would have done 4?
100%.
Well, exactly. And that's kind of like the gap in the game, right? Like that's where like a lot of people say like, oh, I had a goal to hit 10 deals, but I only hit 8. And they're all upset about that and they're getting down on themselves. But it's like, okay, but you only did 5 last year.
Yeah.
So doing 8 is actually a huge improvement, right? So yeah, I love that.
I think like, do you have anything else to share before I?
No.
Okay. I think that the whole like just sort of acting like your best future self, like I think it's important, and you guys don't have to obviously do this, but like I have a mantra for 2026 and it's moved like it's already mine, right? Because like that is about acting as if, right? Being my best future self. And I think like when you guys are doing your business planning, you know, seeing your failure list, success list, I think having something that you can tell yourself to quickly get you out of possibly a funk, or if you're moving over to that left side of failure stuff, to get you back over to the right side, having some sort of a mantra or just a couple words, right? It's just really good to go back to for your brain to be like, yeah, no, this is the path I want to be on. Right. So like again, mine is move like it's already mine because I have huge goals next year and I'm already moving, I'm already doing the things as if I'm hitting those, because I will hit those 100%. I will hit those goals, right? Because like that's how committed I am up here. And you guys are so capable of doing anything, like anything, and like we just tap into like the wrong part of our brain that says like, no, that's not for us. You know, I'm born in Oshawa. Like this is just like, I'm just like an Oshawa guy. Like fuck that. Right? I'm around people where their Thursdays nights is like fucking insane. And I'm like, that is and I'm not talking about money and stuff, but it's like creating big experiences. It's like, that's what I want. That is why I'm doing what I'm doing. right? Not to play small, not to think small, not to be like, well, yeah, this is where I play it, right? Like I can't go out here because that's for other people, right? Like 2 years ago, or even when we were talking yesterday, because I won't share your GCI this year, but like you've doubled your GCI, more than doubled your GCI this year, doubled your units. Most people last year, if she said what she was going to make this year, would be like, oh no, a team member can't make that. No, that's not for team member. You got to be a team leader, or you got to be on your own, right? Like that is like limiting beliefs, right? I will share. You're all red and weird and stuff. Do you guys have any questions at all for us, Lindsay?
I get the walk the talk thing. I totally with you on that. However, I think before that, just talk to us about the why aspect. Because why is, I mean, nothing happens unless your why is absolutely.
Yeah.
Like why why we're doing this?
I mean, it's good to say let's just walk the talk.
Right.
Stuff, but there's got to be a why that's driving you forward.
Yeah. So I can share mine, but you need to know why you're doing this.
Yeah.
Like we say that to our team members all the time. If you don't know why you're doing this, showing up every day, working like you're doing, like they're like, don't be here, right? You need to know why, because that will make you become the person you want to become, right? Mine has to do with my past, what I want for my family, what I want for myself more so now too, because it used to be about everybody else all the time, and now it's like what I want, and it's got so much fire in it that like that's why I'll hit my goals. Right? Like there's such a big flame burning there that like, yeah, that's why I'm going to do it. Where before when I was a little confused on my why, it's like, you know, then you look back at you're like, well, yeah, of course. You didn't really know why you're doing this. Don't know if that answers your question. I'm not going to go into the whole why because it's a lot.
I can expand on mine.
Yeah.
And for me, like my why is usually just experiences that like I want to have, right? Like I want to have like a big life. I have done a dream board or like a vision board or whatever you want to call it every 5 years with big pictures, and I have it up hanging up in the office. And when I review that every 5 years, like 95% of the shit that I had on there, like I did. I had Mount Kilimanjaro on there, check. I had build a cottage on there, check. I had save money for my daughter's tuition on there, check. You know, so my why starts with me thinking about what are these big experiences and what does this big life look like for me in the next 5 years? I put that up, and that is the reason why I show up every day.
It's like the driving force every
things.
day, right? You see it, it's like, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing, right? Any other question? That's a great question because like, you have to know that. Yeah.
It might be a little bit more specific to me, but I know you guys have kids as well. You talk a little
Yeah.
bit about protecting your mornings. Well, I have 2 young kids under 3, and it's freaking hectic in the morning. So it's like, do you have any advice for someone like me, how I can protect that morning when I have like crazy kids running around, not listening, doing this, and then by the time they're at daycare and I get home, I'm like, oh my God, like, what is happening?
Yeah, I mean,
You can go.
well, that's difficult for me just because my daughter's 17, right? So, I mean, she's very self-sufficient right now. But I guess if I could put myself back to when she was maybe smaller, because I know like she would get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, right? Whatever, and you got to kind of get off to work. But if I remember correctly, she also went to bed at 7 o'clock at night, right? Or 7:30. And maybe that's where it's not really maybe my morning that I'm protecting anymore. Sometimes you just have to switch gears, and it's now like maybe that routine is now your nighttime routine, where after they go to bed, like that's when I work out. That's when I take a half an hour to plan my day out for the next day, right? So that you're not only waking up in the morning with kids going like nuts, while you're also thinking about how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? How am I going to do that? You already set your plan out the day before. And I also think it's important too, like for yourself, like it's easy to compare yourself with other people as well. Like someone may go on social media to be like, oh my God, like she's doing this and she's doing that. But yeah, like I have small children, right? Like you can't do all the things that I'm doing because I don't have the same life as you. But I do think that if you want to look at other women like you with children like you around the same age and see what they're doing in their life, like not to say that you should still compare yourself to those people, but those are the type of people that you should be bouncing ideas off for. How are you doing this? How can I do that? Right? Because there are still women out there with 2 small kids that are probably in the best shape of their friggin' life and meal prep every Sunday. Well, how are they doing it?
We hate
Right?
those people, right? We hate them. No, okay, so my advice, and like, this is like a bit like, it depends how bad you want it, okay? So what does it cost for you to have it? So, and maybe it's like, no, I want to be present in those mornings for my kids, and that's amazing, right? You do that. But if it's like, no, actually, I don't give a shit to be there that morning, and I'm good in the evening with them, okay? I love my family. Then it's like, what would it cost for me to be able to do this? So then it's like, okay, well, it would cost X amount to have someone do this for me, like a nanny or whatever it looks like. How many homes are I gonna sell? Right? Like, there's always like, how big are you trying to think about this? And again, maybe it's like, no, I gotta be the person in the morning. And then it's like what Bobbi said, you're just switching your time blocks, right? Yeah. I'm present for my kids. I know that sounded like I wasn't. I am. You know. Any other questions at all?
I've got one.
Yeah.
What exactly are you doing in the office at 8:30 in the morning? And I'll say why, just because growing up, my dad was always, do not make any phone calls to anybody before 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Because they've got stuff going on in their own lives, in their own heads. And so that, I guess, has just been something that's been hanging out in my head.
Yeah. I don't make calls at 8:30 in the morning. I'm not that girl, but
I will say one of our agents does though.
he does.
And he will pick up and he has amazing conversation.
Yeah.
That's not for me either, but he does.
Yeah. And I feel like I'm a very quiet person in the morning as well. Anybody in my household will tell you that. Like, if people start yapping at me like that early in the morning, like I will quickly shift into a monster. So I like actually to like not talk a whole lot until like 9 o'clock, 9:30. So for me, when I go in at 8:30, it's like, okay, I'm dialing into my database, right? Like, I'm sending emails, I'm cleaning that up. Sending follow-up emails, stuff like that. I do a lot of social media too, right? So maybe I'm scheduling like my social media posts and, picking up my photos for that. And then I start having different conversations like later in the day, right? But I don't do calls.
The best part is like what Bobbi can get done from 8:30 to 9:30, and then other agents are strolling in at whatever time. It's like, that's why she's winning. That's why she's so far ahead, right? And I'm not just saying her, anyone like that. There's lots of people in this room that are in early, right? Like, you're so far ahead of the competition still sleeping. So when you look at like, oh my gosh, you do this much business, it's like, well, yeah, of course you do. Because I've been taught don't make calls till 10. So I get in the office at 10:30. But it's like, I don't make calls. There's way more stuff to do in real estate than just make calls. So it's like, I got way more time for appointments now or other stuff that has to happen with my team, right? So it's like, and again, that's her schedule, but I'm not saying that schedule's for everybody. That's working for her. That's how she's winning right now. Find a schedule that makes you win, right? Like the day, every day. Yeah.
One thing that you notice that's really propelled your business or follow-up, right? Like, some people are very calling non-stop or maybe just leave. What has helped for you to engage your database clients to get it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, our database is like 70% of it. So we share our database really well when we find events. So if we find referrals or database, we just treat them amazing. We let them know in their first business. How many agents don't let the other person know if that chain referral? Like, they don't let them know. I get up 700 referrals with my dentist, and he doesn't let me know my referrals. Like, I'm so worried, it's a business. Right? So I always call people or send people, we always send the bosses to them, letting them know, hey, this is a big deal. You support us. There is but for real, I think that would $10 something or something. You're the law, right? So they have engagement, and you're sending out my RV. That's a big deal, right? And then not only is that awesome that you did that, now I got to contact the person that referred you 6 years ago, because now you're a brand ambassador because you have experienced us so much. So to be sure, our database is amazing, right? And we are consistent client events every year. Right, and it definitely be expensive clients out there once they appreciate the logic for things. These can be like our summer solstice party, that is our biggest one. We got sponsors for all of it. It didn't cost us a penny. right? Everything is small. Right, so you can think outside the box. So you're like, I don't have a budget for this, oh, I'm amazing. What part of town? Right?
Michael, they can't hear you unless you have to be talking.
I was sitting there looking at myself.
He says, well, like if you, let's just say like your database maybe is like the one main pillar that you want to hit, like this year, like that's where you feel like you're going to get success from. I'm obsessed with ChatGPT. I know most people probably are, and if you're not, you should get into it. But even for my goals this year, I literally put into ChatGPT and I said, and I'll use database as an example. If you were a top producing agent and you wanted to do 50 deals this year and you wanted to use your database as your main pillar of business, tell me the exact activities daily, weekly, and quarterly that I would have to do to ensure that I hit my goals. It will spit out it will tell you exactly what to do.
And I'm gonna add on top of what Bobby just said, you can take that exact same phrasing that you did, and when you go into ChatGPT, you make personalization, you can actually make it so that everything that you do on a daily basis draws you towards that goal. So I don't know if you realize that we should actually put those instructions into your personalizations of your ChatGPT programs, and then everything you're chatting about will be a reminder of your goals.
Carter, you had a question?
And it's a lot of the stuff I think we're talking about is trying to pull people out of their comfort zone.
Yeah.
And I'm a team leader like you. But
Yeah.
So you guys obviously have a really successful playbook, and when you're dealing with people on your team, trying to get them out of their comfort zone, what sort of approaches are you doing to do that? Because I see, we have so much talent, and if I can see someone that just steps, it's like a sailboat, they tack just a little bit.
Yeah.
Their whole trajectory changes. Right? Hard time getting them out of their comfort zone. I don't know what sort of tricks or you guys do.
I honestly feel like when you hang out with other people doing big things like that, you're going to make a decision for yourself if it's like, this room's too big for me and this is not the team I should be on, or this is who I want to be and they're inspiring me to up my game. So when we go over our goals every Monday morning and then we recap them on Friday, I can see pretty quickly this person is like inspired by this group and they want to become this, or this person just doesn't have it, right? They don't, it's like what Bobby said, like they're not willing to do this work. They love the idea of it, right?
Yeah, I sit down and say, "About 35 miles."
Yeah.
Like, that sounds amazing. 35.
Yeah.
And then, well, here's the road map. And well, I don't feel comfortable doing this.
Yeah.
We're not going to get it.
No.
But we can't skip these
No.
steps.
Yeah. I know, man, I cannot push a rock up a hill, right? And I've been through agencies before, but it's like, I want this for them so bad. It's like, I can't want it more than them. Because it's like, it starts with them. I can't motivate them. I can like mentor them the best I can, but you already got to be motivated, right? They already want, so I don't want to like them. Yeah.
Is that something that you allow your team members to self-discover through like accountability meetings, or is this something that you're pointing out or asking the question? Just curious how you like, because you've done it for everybody. So how do you say to someone, is it in a one-on-one accountability meeting, or you just kind of let them self-discover, like, this might not be the right spot?
Yeah. So we have one-on-one accountability meetings every other Wednesday.
Okay.
And that's typically when that would be laid out. And it is a self-discovery. It's usually not a fire or anything. It's usually like, this is not right for me. And I mean, it doesn't happen. We have good retention. It doesn't happen often, but you are going to have people that you thought were going to be amazing and they just didn't bring it because they just didn't want it.
I think another thing too, outside of that, because there could be somebody that just will not self-discover and they will not lead. And then
That's
unfortunately, and that's annoying. And then it may also just have to come to a decision that like you need to make, right? Because at the same time, like if you, and that's just keeping your standards high, because if your standards aren't up here and you're allowing this person to just sweep under the rug
Hang out
and not do anything, it's like, what type of tone is that person setting for the other extremely hardworking people on your team, right? Now, all of these other people that are working really hard are like, oh, well, I don't know.
Yeah,
James-
he was allowed to have a
James
crappy
just
6
did this,
months.
And he just still gets to stay here and
Yeah.
doesn't do this and he gets to stay here,
That's-
right?
that's all the benefits of-
100%, man.
Exactly. And he's not doing anything, so why would these people work hard?
Yeah, and it's not that they're bad people. They might be awesome people, but they
Yeah.
just aren't up with your standards.
Yeah.
And that's when it sucks to be a leader, because I have a lot of empathy. But it's like, I gotta do what's right for the team here, man. And like, you can't, this isn't a place just to hang out.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, I can't go to Bobbi and say, what the hell happened last month? When she's like, well, this guy's been like dogging it for 6 months. Don't talk to me.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, it's standards, right? But you will find out very quickly if those people have what it takes. I mean, you've been in the business long, right? And sometimes it's your fault that it's just dragged on too long, because it's been my fault.
Well, I think it's
Before.
always our fault.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
You know, whether you're interviewing, you hire the wrong
Yeah.
person. And
Yeah.
ultimately, you feel the responsibility.
Yeah.
The hard part is saying.
Yeah.
That's tough.
So I have one question.
Yeah.
I don't take it personally. So I know you're long in this career, and is there any chance that you find that this person is not going to make it and he left you from your team, and after some time he comes out with a very good career?
Like does well?
Yes. Like you decide that he doesn't
Yeah.
have a fire in the belly.
100%.
And then you were amazed with the performance
Yeah.
and coming up here.
So I can give one example because it's only happened once so far. And him and I are good buddies. Matt Leonetti, that was on my team, was not the Matt Leonetti today that he is. And he will even say that. He was so lost to the point where I said, what the hell are you doing here? Right? And him and I are good friends now because he found his niche and what he actually loved to do. And it wasn't the system we had. And I still wouldn't let that system, right? Because it's just not us, it's not our brand. But I love what he does because that's him. And I'm so happy that he found that. But other people, yeah, like that have been on the team, I don't know where some of them are now. And it's just because some of them change careers and it's fine, right? It's just, it wasn't for you. It's hard, man. But you said you're newer in the business, is that what you said?
That's 1.5 years.
Yeah. So you're newer in the business, right? Yeah, like you gotta like stick to what you want to do every day, right? This is not the type of business that's sort of like la-di-da through, in my opinion. Right? Yeah.
So in 2025, there's a lot of information online, a lot of real estate coaches, gurus, whatever, telling you to do A, B, and C. And honestly, you don't have a bunch of team, you're a single entrepreneur, farming and run ads, go to your do events, and there's so much things that you put money in. And sometimes you put it in and it doesn't work, and you put money there, it hurts you. What would you say is say 2026 top 3 things you should go?
Okay, so like I was brand new once and I had no money. I was using my wife's credit card to market listings, right? When I got them. I would look at, like, depending on your budget, it doesn't cost anything to do certain tasks. Well, like real estate is like relationships, networking. So it's like, where can you go and be in front of people that's not going to break your bank, right? That's what I would do. I would also pick activities that I love to do. If you hate cold calling, I'm not gonna cold call because I'm gonna suck at it because I hate it. So, but I gotta pick 4 pillars, right? It's like Bobbi said it before, a chair has 4 legs. What's my 4 pillars? Without one, it's not a chair, right? So I need the foundation for my business, but I also want to be passionate and love what I do, but I gotta do something, right? So it's like just looking at, like, I'm not telling you to go out there and start a big farm or anything, right? Like I did do that when I was young and it was scary because I didn't have the business at the time, but I also worked super hard to make sure it worked because that's how I'm wired. And some people just aren't, and then they'll blow their money on it. And farming doesn't take 2 months to work, right?
I'll even just comment on that. Like for me, I decided that I was just gonna be a yes girl. So anytime somebody invited me to something, I just went to it, right? I am not the most social person. I love being at home, but I know when I get in front of people and I talk to people, I'm gonna turn that into business. So when people invite me to a Jack and Jill, sure, I'll go. People invite me to a wedding, sure, I'll go. I can actually tell you every Jack and Jill I've went to and every wedding that I've went to, I've connected with somebody and I have done a deal out of that. Because not only do I say yes and I go, But before I go, I also tell myself, I'm going to make 5 intentional conversations while I'm at this Jack and Jill, and I'm gonna get every single one of them to follow me on social media. That's it. That's my goal.
So
And then I go home.
if you did have a budget.
Enjoy the actual night.
Yeah, of course. Have a couple glasses of wine. You know, the conversations just come naturally.
So yeah, so yeah, so if you have a budget and you want to put it somewhere, where would you guys talk to like push your budget?
Okay, you don't have a database yet, because I'd say like spoil the people that have like supported you. Social media is your resume every day, and it can be free if you're not boosting ads, sponsoring ads. Social media is your resume, guys. I don't necessarily call people, and actually I don't, and ask for referrals. They refer me because they see my resume every day. They see the wins that we stack every day. Right? And it can happen quickly. Aleem on our team this year has sold 23 homes in his first full year. And he is stuck to the plan. 10 stories a day, 4 grades a week. Right?
And he has an incredible schedule, and he knows he's got to
Time block
have
like crazy.
20 conversations or more every day.
Business plan around his farming, business plan around doorknocking. Like it's a business. But like the social media is like he stacks wins every day. And people see it, and people buy people. And when they see that you're winning, they want to work with winners. Right? They also have momentum and amazing energy. So I would say that, man, if you are not on social media, again, this is my opinion, that is insane. Because it is like money sitting there. And you don't have to be a big follow. It's like I started with 0. Right? I started with Bobbi did not have
I didn't have
Instagram.
Instagram when I started. And now I know for every 500 followers I have, I do a deal. I had a buyer and a lease lead reach out to me 2 days ago on social media. Now, not to say that it's been 9 years. I'm not saying like you're just gonna like create a following and like all this business is gonna come. Like there has to be intention behind it, right? But
She stacks wins on it, right?
Get
She
you
stacks
over now.
wins and educates people. It's a good plot. Like it's like everyone knows, obviously social media.
Yeah, I agree, like, and I see like, there's agents that do social media, they do it for a while, and on behalf of those agents that, like you guys, other agents that have a social media plan and strategy.
Yeah.
And they know what goes when and where and all that, it's different.
Yeah. I know we are past our time. If anyone's got to go, they can go. Because I'm sure some people, if you've been time blocking, you have another 1 minute. And it's fine as the media. It's been 18 years in the business, and whatever, right?
I want to add on top of this, like I walk into the McDougall office a few times, every so often, right? And they're having, like, I've walked in, actually having an accountability session. I've walked into the team having these meetings. Like these guys, they don't just like, they work hard at these things. So there's a lot of intention in what you do every day. So I want to like just acknowledge that part of it, because I think sometimes we think of it as a pretty easy job, and it can be, but the amount of work that goes into it is reflective of the outcome of you guys put it. So what you put in, you get out. And I think that goes for all of us in this business. If you don't put your time and effort into doing these things that you guys do strategically on a regular basis, you're not going to get anything on the other side. So like, I have to just say, I acknowledge that, because like, Mike, I come into the office and you're like, John, get the hell out of here. You're talking too much to all my people. We got shit to do over here. I'm like, I'm sorry, Mike, I'm running out. So anyways, guys, I want you guys to put your hands together for Michael and Bobbi for coming on today. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys coming out today.
Thank you. Yes. Oh, hard, yeah.
Just want to say thanks.